Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the ProCam 8 night mode. You can create amazing night or low light photos with this app, even if you have an older iPhone or iOS device. Let's start. I'm going to choose the slow shutter shooting mode inside the app. This mode allows us to keep the shutter open much longer while capturing the photo, so the camera captures a lot more light and detail. And as you can see, the interface looks pretty simple. On the top of the interface you have a little status bar, and it has a couple of different indicators like the shooting mode that we are in, the resolution of the photo, the flash indicator, and a storage space and battery indicator. Of course we have the tap to focus indicator, so we can focus on a specific part of a photo, and we have a zoom slider on the right side of the interface. We can zoom in a photo up to 6 times, and the zoom animation is pretty smooth. If we click on the little M button on the left side, we can see a couple of manual controls pop up. This can be pretty useful if we want to make small adjustments. First we have a exposure slider. Exposure is the amount of light that reaches the camera sensor, so the higher the exposure, the brighter the image. Next we have the shutter speed slider, and this is the amount of time that the shutter stays open. But we won't be using this feature for now. Next we have an ISO slider, and the higher the ISO value that we choose, the brighter our image will become. ISO is the camera's light sensitivity. But the higher the ISO, the more noise we will have in our photo, so pay attention to that. This is a manual focus slider, so we can adjust what the camera focuses on. And of course, a white balance slider. With this, we adjust the color temperature of a photo, if we want it to be more warmer or cooler. So those are the sliders. And of course, we have the shooting modes for our night photos, and different amounts of time that the shutter will stay open for. The longer it stays open, the more light and detail we can capture in our photo. First we have a low light mode, and this is great for dark scenes or environments. It allows us to capture much brighter photos that are more detailed and generally look better. The second option is a light trail option, and this allows us to capture cool looking photos with a light trail, just like you saw at the beginning of the video. And the last one is the motion blur. This is a photography technique that uses slow shutter speeds for long exposure photography that blur the point of movement in a photo. These photos can look really cool. And we have the amount of time for the shutter speed, from 4 seconds to 30 seconds. And we have a bulb option so that the shutter stays open for as long as we want to. This all depends on the area that you are in and the amount of light that you have. The less light that you have, the longer your shutter needs to stay open. But for the most cases, up to 15 seconds is more than enough. That way the sensor can capture enough light to make a great looking photo. So I'm going to create a photo with all 3 shooting modes so you can see the process. So that's a review of the night mode with ProCam 8, and if you want to see more videos like this, and much more tutorials for mobile photography and editing, you should subscribe to the channel, and leave a like on this video. Thanks for watching and see you soon.